Hello, welcome to Toy's newest series, Eiga Crazy. Eiga is the Japanese word for movie, if you're wondering. Japan has a well-known reputation for cinema, and many titles that are popular with the rest of the world. I've been watching Japanese movies for over 30 years, to the point people say that I'm crazy for Japanese cinema. So, I want you to join me as I share my favorite standout special, or just plain strange cinema from Japan. Consider this your opportunity to learn about what sort of Japanese movies there are out there that you may not have heard of. Today I'm reviewing director Lee Sang-il's action thriller comedy movie Scrap Heaven from 2005. Scrap Heaven concerns Tetsu, a lowly police officer who is more office worker than cop. After a painful day of struggle at his crushing job, Tetsu takes a bus ride home that changes his life. For better or for worse? It remains to be seen. You see, a suicidal man has hijacked the bus, and Tetsu, along with a beautiful but flawed pharmacist and a wild toilet cleaner, must play rock, paper, scissors to decide who lives and who dies on the ride. Someone isn't getting off the bus the same as they got on. After this typical ride on public transportation, I'm kidding, life-shaking event, Tetsu becomes more and more driven to break from where society has placed him in life. Heralding this change, Tetsu has a chance run-in with someone from the bus, the toilet cleaner, wild and carefree Shingo. After eluding some host club employees and talking, Shingo senses Tetsu doesn't know how to live life and decides to teach him how to free himself from the confines of the very oppressive Japanese society. Together, the two decide to team up and provide a problem-solving service for anyone who needs help with certain bad people in their own lives, taking on cases like punishing a carefree doctor who ends up murdering his patients, or teaching an abusive mother a lesson about valuing her children. The two push the limits of vigilantism as they get bolder and bolder with their problem solving. Eventually, their side gig ends up turning into a society-altering revolution. Overwhelmed, Tetsu and Shingo must decide if they have created the answer for their problems in life, or a monster that cannot be stopped. Oh, and that pharmacist from before on the bus? Well, she's made a bomb big enough to rock a city. I really liked Scrap Heaven when I first saw it some years ago. I felt it was super fun, super quirky, a great character piece with a lot going for it. On my second watch for this review, I had more tempered views of the movie, but I still think Scrap Heaven holds up fairly well. Scrap Heaven has a decent pacing and it features some interesting film editing techniques, which I really liked. There's this one scene when this bomb goes off. The effect makes it seem like the blast actually dislodges the film from the movie as it's being projected. That's some Looney Tunes stuff, and it's actually pretty creative, and I really like that. Back to the story and theme, though. Due to certain sequences and reasons, I'd say Scrap Heaven is the Japanese answer to Fight Club. You might get what I mean if you pay attention to some scenes and items and clothing. You might even begin to question if there's more to the story than what you're being told. Just who are these characters in Scrap Heaven? And really, the main draw to Scrap Heaven has to be the characters. Actor Joe Odagiri as Shingo is wonderful and is a memorable and exciting performance that is as whimsical as it is comedic. While watching Scrap Heaven, you'll ask yourself, how far would you go to change your society? If it's right to take justice into your own hands, and if the individual can really be right in changing things, even if society overall is wrong. I'd give it 3 out of 5 fat kids dancing before the big boom. If you enjoy this new type of review that I'm doing and want to see more Japanese movie reviews, trust me, I know hundreds, please leave a comment below. I actually would love to see your suggestions too for movies to review. What's your favorite Japanese movie? That's always cool to hear about. And you know what? I might like that movie or I might hate it, and that's always interesting, right? If you want recommendations for Japanese movies to watch too, please list some movies you like, and I could probably recommend something similar from Japan. There's a lot out there. So, like that video, subscribe, free a chimpanzee from a cosmetics lab, hit the bell, always be on the lookout for Godzilla, and let's see how far this moon rabbit hole really goes. This has been Eiga Crazy. Thanks for watching.
All of these things are designed to frighten a monkey.